Hello, good morning, and happy Wednesday. Halfway through the week already. So I realize I should now set this to be about that far. Okay, that should be good. So I'll have this area that's behind the chat. I can do something with, I don't know what yet. Someday, what I want to do is set up a lot of things in Terminal. So set up Vim for Rust development. Then I can basically have like a single terminal window, have it segmented around, maybe multiple terminal windows. And then chat could be inside of there, so it's a little bit less overwhelming, as it were. I think that's a thing. So, anyways, until then, I pushed up the code yesterday, and I initially tested it, and it was working on everything except Firefox Developer Edition on my Mac, which was strange because it works here on my Mac just fine. But every place else, it was okay. It was good. And then I refreshed a few more times, and now it's good again. I couldn't replicate the problem, so that issue is solved. So what we have is that's over here and done. Also offline, I updated GitHub Actions to run the Cypress tests. Those are all passing just fine, and so I run them on a pull request, and then I run them on a push to the main branch. So basically, when we're about to merge, and then after we've merged, and right before we deploy. So that goes to the next thing, which is going to be creating a 404 page. Okay, so create a 404 page. You know what I should add in here is, because I do have Windows, so let's try something like this. Oh, can't use tab. So on a Mac, we have Safari, Chrome, Firefox, Chrome. We have let's see, we have iPhone, which in this case the only thing I'm really caring about is Safari. We have maybe iPad, Safari. We have Windows, and that's going to be, let's say, Chrome, Firefox, and Edge, which Edge should work exactly the same as Chrome, but I have noticed that there's some slight differences that the Windows team has put in there. So even though you're using the Chrome engine behind the scenes, it does look like they're doing something to it. Okay, so that should cover everything here. I want to copy you and then add you into our template. So I created a template and I haven't gotten it to actually like work yet. So in here in .github, I have this issue template. I haven't figured out yet how to make it actually apply. So I've just been grabbing it from here and pasting into to new issues, which is gonna be interesting. Okay, so other things here. So part of definition of done is the actual thing. So navigating to an unknown page results in a 404 page. And that's pretty much it. I might want my top nav bar so I can still do stuff. All right, let us see what we can see. So here we go. If I navigate to just something unknown, this is what I get. So the router takes me, we display this top nav bar here. That's actually, I do think that's going to be fine. It's going to be fine to have this top nav bar here because then we can use this to potentially navigate back home. But then I want some like 404 up here. So there's a couple things to do with this. First, I think we have to have a 404 page. Oh, and let's do more TDD style so I can write the tests. Let's do navigation. Okay, so I want this to be like that. Okay. Or would it be better to move this all over here like that? That might be better. Okay, navigation. I want so it's gonna front end router. Okay, so it should display a 404 page when navigating to an unknown page. Okay, so we're gonna start with sci. I'm gonna visit slash. And actually, I don't really need slash, do I? I can visit slash just anything. Excuse me. Okay, so visit slash. Let's just slash 404. Okay, so we should have just like sort of a 404 page there, which means I should be able to get maybe like the title of the 404 page. So let's do a get it's gonna be a 404 title. And it should contain page not found, route not found. Maybe it should contain like 404, 404, should I have like a subtitle under that? Maybe. Like then we get another one. Okay, so data test, it's gonna be 404 subtitle. We couldn't find the page you're looking for. I don't have any like cute graphics or anything else to use. There's some 404 pages that are amazing because they have like little things you can look at, little animations that play, or just like a great little graphic with like inside jokes or something else like that. I don't have that. So that being said, if we come here and take a look at you doing your thing. Here is our navigation. Okay, yeah, so it's looking for this data-dash 404 title, and we're not finding it. So now we get to do programming. So I'm thinking, under platform web, we're going to want a view for the 404 page. So I wonder if I can just do 404.rs. I wonder if that would be okay. Oh, that's not going to like it. All right, let's do not found, maybe. Oh, we could do error 404. Error 404. That makes more sense. Let's see. Let's pull in you. Okay, so what is it that we want to do? One of the other things I was remembering is that if I am using, if I'm going to be using Bootstrap, I should use their like container divs and everything else. So let's do a div class equals container. And then inside of this one, I could say like the row type stuff. That might make sense. I think it's like row. And then there's column type things. And I just want this to be full column, so I don't think I need to put anything in there. So this would just be the H1. Okay, so for our data test, this is a 404 title. Oh, right. Nothing's going to display this yet because I don't actually have anything to display. So I need to go into our router and tell it, I need to tell it, okay, when it doesn't recognize one of these things, display the 404. Okay, so we have this @/404, but I don't know if that's... Oh yeah, here it is. So not found, and then also @/404. We do this not found. Okay, great. So it is literally not found. Okay, just like this. Not found. @/404. Not found. Then we'll need to add in you. Okay, so if not found. Okay, that's great. It's not centered. So that's not what I want to see. Let's use that. I think it's text center or center text. It's one of those things where I haven't really bothered to memorize it too much, mostly because it's not really all that necessary. I want everything to be centered in here, so I'm going to add you to here. It's the other one, text center. Okay, so there we go with that. If we head back to Cypress. Yeah, okay, so it found the H1, expected to contain a 404. Next one is the subtitle. So I want this to be another row. So actually I want text center to be one above. Why are you upset? Unexpected end of input. So let's see. I open and close the H1 data test opens. Let's see. Div class row that matches you and you. Okay, so then I want to do, oh, what was it? We couldn't find the page you're looking for. Oh, okay, that made it work. All right, so that makes all of those tests pass. I don't really think there's necessarily anything else we want to do here except maybe have it so that if we click, we can go here, or we can say like, take me back to the homepage, like have a link doing that. Uncle Scientist with a raid. Welcome, Uncle Scientist, and welcome Raiders. How are you doing? And what were you streaming about? Was it more more roguelike? All about that rogue. Nice. Yeah, it's been interesting, sort of like every once in a while able to catch your stream right before I stream, but it's not enough to like actually like fully track everything across like all the days. But it's like roguelikes are fun, so it's making me want to like try to like at least play some, if not actually try making my own sometime. But I want to get this done first, and then another course, and then maybe we can do a fun project, like maybe make a roguelike, or maybe do something else. I don't know. But it wants me to get back into game dev. For everybody else, welcome. I do this stream every single morning. It's about an hour and a half stream, so we got half an hour left or so. I've been building a web application in u.rs. So this is Rust. Thank you, Uncle Scientist, again for the raid, and have a great rest of your day. So this is a all Rust. It's 100%. And then with a u.rs is our framework. So we write Rust code, and then it outputs JavaScript, HTML, CSS, whatever we need to. The components look like this. So we have these functional components, very similar to React functional components, and we have an HTML macro that allows us to write HTML inside of Rust. So it's very similar to JSX. If I wanted to, I could also bring in and use styles and have CSS in Rust too. I have pulled in Bootstrap 5. So far, no real reason for that yet. The only sort of JavaScript that I am writing is in the integration testing, which is this. I'm using Cypress. And so we're building the 404 page today. What I'm thinking about is, yeah, we have a 404 page. It tells us we can't do that. I kind of want a button or like a link down below this. Just say like, take me back home. Like it takes us to the landing page. So let's go back and write that. Okay, so we should be able to now get data test equals 404 home link. Okay, so it should contain. There are so many landing pages, but no takeoff pages. That is true. That is true. Also, hello Norum. Yeah, we should create like a secret. What's another error that we can get into? Zeta numbers, hello. It's another error that we could have that maybe that could be like a takeoff page. And then that would be an excuse to make a little game, and it could be like a rocket flying game or something like that. That would be our takeoff page. Like launch a rocket, avoid things as they're following as you fly up. Could be a lot of fun. 418, isn't that I'm a little teacup, or I am a teacup, or teapot? That's 418, right? Yeah, I'm a teapot. That would be fun to do, but I'm not sure exactly how to get to I'm a teapot. Have I considered not using JSX like macros? Macros mess up formatting and other stuff. Yeah, so yeah, like an actual error. Like, hey, if we get an actual error, send you over to there. So I'm thinking of the Google Chrome dinosaur. Like if you have no internet access for Chrome, then the little dinosaur guy and you get to play that infinite runner game. Something like that. If I have an error, but the error isn't critical, but it's like something that like maybe you can like get on purpose somehow, then it opens up not a 404 page, but an error page where you can like play a game. Or maybe we just put that into 404. I don't know. 403, not authorized. You have to play a game to be authorized. It's like, okay, you're not allowed to do this. But if you successfully play this game, sure, we'll just let you authorize somebody else's stuff. Like, you know, you proved that you're good enough. That's all we really need. To your earlier question, Zeta, about JSX, I actually like the JXX sort of style in React and in Rust. So I never really considered not using it because I like it. I guess that's the reason. When I keep on looking at the non-JSX versions of it, it feels like it's the wrong domain. That it's like Rust is now doing too much stuff. When really I want them to be in the same file, but I don't want Rust to be in charge of the structure of the page. I want that to be HTML. I just happen to have it in here so I can then inject variables. So that's what I'm thinking. Or redirect to a secret. That could be cool too. We could have like a secret URL that you can like play a game. Maybe could even like change every once in a while. There's let's write this idea down. Okay, so my idea is, oh, you just don't prefer macros. Well, that's not a problem. I wouldn't necessarily be sorry about that. It's more of I'm sorry because I'm going to use them. No, it's like I think it's perfectly valid to use the sort of like the other things, and it comes down to like a personal and like team preference. And since I'm solo on this, the team is me. So I get to dictate everything about the project. Perhaps if it was like a team situation, that might be more of a discussion to be had and, you know, convincing each other. But all right, what is my issue here? Okay, so I want to create a secret page that allows the user to play a game. Rocket flying. So rocket flying. I'll just do this. Allows the user to play a game. Let me add in here where we can actually see the inbox. Let's see. Okay, so preview. Let's see. Possible games. So we have like fly a rocket up. Fly a rocket up. Dodging debris. That's not how you spell debris. Debris? Debris. Okay, so fly rocket up, dodging debris. Could just be an infinite runner. I don't really know what else to do with it. But then, so when winning, take the player to a special page with like a leaderboard. Let's see, other notes. It's like something that could be interesting is that if I want to like make this more of like a competition fun type thing, I could have this be every time someone wins, the URL changes. So I can have it be dynamic, maybe that, or just change the URL to find the game every like n days, something like that. That'll be something to consider later, and would, I guess, technically be low priority compared to like, you know, the actual business value of the web app. Okay, so we are in our Cypress code. So this is JavaScript code. This is controlling Cypress, which is doing end-to-end testing. So this is our sort of like test-driven development style here. Okay, so we're gonna get the test for home link, and it should contain take me home. But it should also be a link, right? So if I click it, then I should be able to get the URL. I think I actually get the URL in here if I do this. Oh wait, no. It's easier than that. I can get and should contain. Actually, so should just contain slash, but that's not really helpful. Should contain slash and not contain 404. Oh, it wasn't 404, right? Maybe it is 404. So I want this to be some random 404. I can do this as like a random series of numbers or something else. That kind of makes sense. Just have this be random. Let's see, not real path so let's times this by like 1,000, so we get 1,000 digits, and then we'll math that ceilingness. Or floor, it doesn't really matter. We'll floor. Okay, so give me this not real path. You go. Okay, so then this should not contain the not real path. All right, so you're now complaining, telling me that it can't find this 404 home link. So back to our Rust code to fix that. So I want another row down below this. This would probably be, I mean, I guess I could just do an anchor tag. So oh no, this is gonna be a link tag. So I need to bring in use router prelude. Okay, so we have a link. I think I have to like give it the type, which is going to be the route. Okay, so the route is the enum of all the different possible routes. We have to tell it what it's for. Okay, so link route, and I think it's like 2. I just want to go to slash. Oh wait, no, I tell it exactly where to go to. So this is going to be route home. Take me home. Something like that. Does that actually work? It does. Okay, so I have this take me home here. Oh, and it's still looking. I forgot to put on a data test 404 home link. Ooh, which is going to be interesting. So I don't have a way to like have a test on that, like a data dash on this one specifically. So I can put that on the div. So data test equals 404 home link. Still couldn't find it. Oh, those things make discovering these things so much harder. They're supposed to be behind everything. I shouldn't be selecting them like this. So all these shapes, I'm dynamically creating them as components, styling them, and then sort of putting them in a background. They're behind the scenes supposedly. Here's this one. So I do data test 404 home link. Data dash test equals 404 home link. Yeah, I couldn't find this. Yeah, expected to find data dash test equals 404 home link, but never found it. Oh. I know what I did. I need to see. This one's fine here, but in the tests, I failed to put an ending quote here. Okay, now it found it, but now it's failed to contain take me home. Capitalization is important here. So it wants this to be just all lowercase, or I can make it an uppercase T like I have here. Let's fix it here. Okay, so it contains take me home. I then clicked it. I have a new URL, which is just slash. I verified that slash is where I'm at, like that I include slash, and that I don't include not real path 940. So, okay, excellent. All right, so we have navigating to an unknown page results in a 404 page. I do have end-to-end test written. Okay, so what I can double check this locally, but I really want to like deploy this and maybe like check it again later. But all right, so let's working on Firefox. I mean, that seems to be working there too. So that's Safari. I have, okay, so Cypress is using Chrome, so we can be very sure that it's working in Chrome. I can, you know what? I can actually have this test. So Firefox. Okay. Ooh, you failed. Because it's being covered by another element. So in Firefox, it's not letting me do that. In Chrome, it's certainly happy to. So the problem here is that this element right here, I'm basically just grabbing this div. It's being covered by another element, which is unfortunate. I don't want you to be above, but I kind of wonder if they are. Oh, in Safari, the navbar was pushed off the screen? Oh, I wasn't even looking at that part. What part of the navbar is pushed off the screen? Also, hello stacking. This seems fine. Oh, but I can't click on this. My Brooks build's an icon. It's... Huh, it's here now. Oh, with these things... Okay, so these things are screen step up. These things are above now. Oh, the chat overlay is covering it up? Oh, yeah, you're right. I went too far. Sorry. I'm trying to like... I accidentally went a little bit too far on that. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is fine. These are not fine. So my shapes, as cool as they are causing problems with clicking things. So I don't want to do a force. I want to make sure that they're behind everything. What was I doing to make that work? So, for example, I have background circle. I'm doing like a z-index of 0. I wonder if I need another z-index. So like a z-index on top of things. Oh. Oh, background circle, you have the z-index. Square, you do not. And triangle, you do not. Okay, still the same problem here. Right, I can't actually click on that because I'm clicking on these instead. So you're not behind this. Okay, so if you're z-index 0, then I want to go back to Hedgen, raiding with a party of 14. Welcome, 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 Hedgen. How was your stream? And we're working on today. I saw a little bit yesterday. Unlink, hello, hello, and I guess goodbye, and also have a great day. Hedgen, I saw yesterday that you were planning some kind of like game jam. Like, were you running that, or is that one that you're just going to participate in? Because I think you just finished one, right? Where you just made a game in Rust, and it would definitely be interesting, because I think it was like something like once per month you have to make a game. You have 3 weeks each month. I know somebody who did that, although they didn't have 3 weeks. They give themselves only like 1 weekend a month to build something because of, time. Okay, so what we're working on today is we are building a web application in Rust and U.rs. So U.rs is a framework that's similar to React, if you're familiar with that. That basically allows you to create components. It looks something like this. I have a styled component which allows me to write CSS inside of Rust. And then I have HTML macro. You love this HTML macro? Yeah. Which is basically like JSX. So it allows me to have HTML in Rust as well. And then of course we have just normal Rust. So I can just have normal functions that do whatever I want to do in them. And the end result right now is this. We've been working on a 404 page that allows us to sort of navigate around and go home. The problem that we're seeing right now is that these sort of background images are a little bit too far forward. And so when I go to a 404 page, if they're in here, I mean, in the end, it is HTML in JavaScript. That's true. In the end. So these are too far forward. So I have a z-index on U. I'm pretty sure I need to set a z-index on U too. So specifically, if I go back to a unknown, so I can click on U because there's no images here. So if I hit refresh, there. I now can't click on you. So if I go to here's our home link. Now I don't think I can. You don't have a you don't have a position, right? So I bet I won't be able to do a z-index on this. So like z-index 100. It's telling me z-index has no effect on this element since it's not a positioned element. Should I send its position property to something other than static? Can I do relative? So z-index relative, which doesn't. Oh no. No, sorry, not z-index. Position relative. Oh, now it's on top of it. So if all of you, so these are all the shapes, I need basically everything else to have a position relative. Let's head back to my main library. So I need top nav bar Okay, so basically the pages, the views, no, so top nav bar, the switch, and then here's the background. That's fine here. Now I could put this inside of another sort of like div that is just a position relative. I wonder if that would work. Yash, hello. So let's try this. If I just do an empty div. And so I have, oh, look at that. I had the style with ZNX 100. I just never used it. So I can here do a class equals style. This thing. So it actually, so I need to use this curly bracket so it actually like does the code because this is a special Rust struct. This is for my course, kind of, sort of. This is gonna be a platform for people to sort of go and take courses. That didn't do it though. Okay, so ZIndex 100, oh, because it's not positioned, so I need to create CSS. I need also to be position relative. Position relative. Hey, and now I can click on it. Okay, so excellent. Now if I come back to my testing with Firefox here, and I rerun my Cypress tests, everything works just fine, fast. So it took me to a random page that doesn't exist. It found the link, it clicked it, that took me back here. Okay, now that's very interesting that Chrome didn't care. It's like, hey, there's a link. Let's just click it. Yeah, I know it's behind everything else. I'll just let you do it. Firefox is more strict and is like, nope, can't do that. Let's see, what else? I guess I can do Firefox Developer Edition too, but it should be the same. Yeah, and it passed all the tests too for this one. Okay, so you're all happy, and then I guess we'll test Safari again. So then let's refresh until we get shapes behind it. There you go, and I can still click the link. Excellent. So all good. Okay, so you're working on Chrome, so everything's working on my Mac. I have to deploy it before I can really test it on my phone or on my iPad or on the Windows machine because I don't have it set up here. So let's see. These are all good here. Don't think we're doing anything. I didn't add anything else in. So, okay, let's get this going. So you're all good. Okay, so I modified the template. I added the new navigation tests. I modified those background squares and triangles to make sure that they have the right z-index. And okay, so commit. All right, so what what did we do for this? We created a 404 page that links back to the landing page. Oh, I'm on main. I keep on doing this by accident. I didn't want to actually be on main. I wanted to to create a branch for this and do the sort of like the pull request flow. But that being said, I don't feel like undoing the commit, so I'll just go ahead and push it up. It'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong with that? Just more trunk-based development. And like, to be honest, this early in a project, it doesn't really matter because nobody's using the web application. All right, so GitHub run watch. So here we can see our GitHub actions running for this. It's going to run the end-to-end tests. So it's going to run Cypress. It's linting all the code too to make sure that that's all good. What could possibly go wrong? Breaks the product. Yeah, I mean, that would essentially, like, breaking something that nobody is using isn't really that big of a deal right now. Like, later on, that could become like a huge deal, right? Like if people actually, like, let's say that I've progressed to the point where like people are paying me money for courses. If I break something and like you can't access those courses, that's a horrible thing. That's terrible. I don't want that at that time. At that point in time, I'll probably have a dev deployment too, where I deploy there, double check, test there. It's all good, then move over into production. Exactly, Carney. Also, hello. So, while we're waiting for that, what's the next thing we're gonna work on for this? So, I have this product backlog. So I have I've been playing around with like these things. I don't actually need Icebox. I've not been using it. I'm just gonna remove you. The product backlog is different than my, just, oh, I had another one. Oh, that was the Icebox. All of these were in the Icebox. Okay, I probably want to recreate this. I'm gonna have to recreate the Icebox, then do that again. Wait, don't I have a GitHub command? I thought I did. I thought I had a GitHub command, and yes, there is a GitHub. Let me see if I can re-add that command in. What am I using? It is Nightbot. Commands, where's my... Oh, commands, custom. Oh, you know what? I don't have a GitHub. Okay, well, that's fine. Let's create a GitHub. Nope, bang GitHub. Message. Just do this. I guess I'll just take you to the Brooks Builds organization, or just all the repositories, or maybe this specific one. How about that? Okay, so let's see. Brooks Builds platform code here. Everyone, cooldown 3. Hey, I clicked outside the window by, okay. I lost it all. Brooks Builds platform code is that. Then GitHub. $300 seconds, alias. Okay, so submit. Let's try that again. .github should now work as a command. Okay, so in the meantime, what's the next thing that we're going to work on here? So we have authentication. As a viewer, I want to sign up with the username and password. I want to log in. So sign up probably comes before login, possibly. We're going to be using Auth0 for this project. I already have an account with it, so I'm just going to go ahead and set it up for that. Although it's like been created for this. A lot of stuff about like being logged in and all that. And then as a viewer, I want to see what courses I could take. This is the other one that I could possibly do because you don't need to be logged in to see this. This could also be important for us to work on. I mean, I think the order of it is not too terribly bad. So I'm just going to go ahead and maybe we'll just do authentication next time. You're still running because this takes forever to run. Okay, so definition of done. We've got all of these things. Okay, so you convert to an issue with Brooks builds. Your business priority. Okay, and then okay, so what would be, do I manually test on different platforms like iPhone, Mac, and Windows? Yeah, for that kind of testing, I've just been doing manual testing of like, does it look right? When developing, I use like a lot of automation type testing. So for example, the automation testing is where we caught the, couldn't log in using, couldn't click that link because the buttons were like behind the scenes. Although apparently Chrome is happy with that. So that may not have been an issue for like most users. Just people like me who use Firefox. Okay, so. But yeah, like a manual testing is just sort of like what I call smoke testing. So just basically just, hey, is everything working? Does it look like it's working? Is it okay? Okay, we're good to go. So basically just double checking that the automation didn't screw anything up, or more likely I didn't screw everything up. Okay, so for this one, I want a so let's do like user flow for this. So user flow for authentication. I have a design set up here. The idea is that we're going to have these sign up and login buttons in the top right on the nav bar. So we can see the sign in. I want to sign up with you. So the sign up link. Okay, we can see the sign up link. We can sign up with Auth0 using username plus password. And then when we're signed up, I don't want to see the sign up. So I want to see like the welcome. And then I want to see like a log out button. So logged in. Let's see. User logged in automatically after signing up. It bothers me a lot whenever I use an application and like it's, oh, sign up. So I click sign up and it's like, great, now log in. It was like, you couldn't auto log me in? You don't trust that I 5 seconds ago just put in a username and password, create an account using the same device? Shouldn't you trust me now? Okay. User logged in automatically after signing up. And then let's see. Sign up link no longer visible when logged in. Username is like a welcome username is displayed. Why would you trust yourself? It's not trusting myself. I'm trusting other users. That's the thing. It's like I'm trusting that they're still who they say they are. I mean, maybe that's a problem. Maybe I should just do, a zero trust system. And in which case, like, nobody can log into anything. You just don't get anything at all. That'd be kind of hard for like a payment type system. You could pay me, but then I wouldn't trust that you're you, so I still wouldn't give you the content. So it would be a huge scam that like would only work on one person for like $1. Okay, so welcome username is displayed when logged in. And then sign out button. Log out button is visible. Sounds great. Let's be rich. Yeah, exactly. Like it's gonna be the best product ever, right? I don't have to deliver a product, so I don't have to make one. All I have to do is make a great web page that like looks like it's gonna be a product. But then I just say, hey, due to trust issues, I can't actually trust that you're you. So even though you bought the product, I can't give it to you because you might be somebody else. Reminds me of the old, there was this great Dilbert cartoon once where the Dilbert's company said like, hey, we've changed our strategy. Instead of us trying to like provide value for a lot of people and therefore like, actually like get money through providing value, we're switching to trying to find suckers willing to just give us $1 million for nothing. Like, so all we need is one customer, just one customer to be, and we need them to be like not very smart when it comes to like products. Like basically just a scam at that point. I am not planning on doing that for reals. But it is always fun to sort of like think down that path for a second. All right, do I have yeah, so I have this welcome Brooks here. I apparently forgot to, in the design, put a logout button, which would kind of be important. But I would assume that it's gonna be very similar to this. It's just gonna be log out next to the welcome. Okay, so logout button is visible. Okay, so we're good there. So I think this is everything for like definition of done. And I'm using these as sort of like more of an agile sort of like user story almost style, which is here's the user story, but then like these are all the actions that essentially QA, which is also me, has to be able to do to say like, hey, this is working, this is done. And then of course these are just more of like technical side of QA, which is, hey, I need to have written tests for this. I need to have deploy this production, all that fun stuff. This is probably going to take a few days of me streaming to do because I only have like an hour each day, right? So it's we're gonna get through some of it. Auth0 also like has some interesting side effects to it. We'll have to like sort of see how that works. But okay, so I think you're good to go here. Wizular, hello. Also, I'm sorry for, I'm guessing, mispronouncing your username. All right, so that's in ready. In progress, I just need to make sure that that deploys correctly, which is, okay, so it passed our end-to-end tests, it passed our linting, and now it's in the middle of deploying. So one of the longest things to take is building for release mode in trunk, and then it's going to sync this up to S3. Okay, so with that being all said and done, I think I'm gonna have to call it a morning. Oh, you didn't hear that, but you don't really care about the pronunciation. Well, sorry about that. I think I call it Wizular, I think. But it's good that you don't care about that. Ooh, and this is deployed, so I should now be able to come up to here. I'm gonna go to brooksbuilds.com. So this is strange. In Firefox Developer Edition on this computer, this is what I get. Is it because I have... Oh, it's because I have Dark Reader on. That's why. Okay. That's what's causing weirdness with this. So then if we go to just some random thing, access denied. Okay, so, well, that's not great. Okay, so this is CloudFront being unable to access a new file. Well, that's strange. I need to figure out what I need to do in... What do I need to do in CloudFront to have it redirect all the URLs? I'm guessing this is a redirect problem, and not something else. I'm not sure. What is web app for? This is going to be a platform web app to link courses that I create for programming and other stuff to you all. Is it a redirect or a cache? So this is most likely, it should be a redirect, right? Or it should, like, I guess not really a redirect. It should serve up index.html, but it's not for some reason. I don't know exactly what it's trying to serve up. I could probably use this request ID to like find out exactly what it is trying to get to, but I don't know. Do I have an archive for old Twitch VODs when I started projects from scratch? Yes, I do. Almost all of my stuff goes onto my YouTube, which unfortunately is not very well organized. So sorry in advance for that, but I think I have a YouTube. Yeah, there it goes. That's a link to the YouTube that I have. Also, the 3 courses that I've created are on YouTube too. Those are well organized in playlists. Everything else is sort of like, eh. This project could also be rewritten like 3 times. I mean, yes. Hopefully not 4 or 5 times, but who knows, maybe. When U20 comes out, or 0.20, I might have to rewrite it again. We'll see. I don't know how much is going to change for it, but fun facts. I at least feel a lot better about the architecture this time with it. So I feel like we can move forward, and I don't yet have any inkling of like, I want to rebuild this now. This sucks. Which is like, sometimes I get halfway through a project, I'm like, nope, I'm restarting. Looking at next, it will be a breaking change. Yeah, I figured so. I might actually turn that into a course where it's like, okay, let's update my Brooks Builds platform to go to next, or at least like the new current. How do you feel you compare to older JS and React? I like you. I like you probably mostly because I'm writing Rust for it. I don't necessarily feel that you has any competitive advantage over React or Vue or Angular at this time yet. I think that the WebAssembly part of it is like, WebAssembly isn't that fast compared to like for what I'm doing with DOM manipulation type things for web development. Now, maybe if I was doing like really computational heavy stuff, that would be a completely different thing altogether. But it allows me to write in Rust, which has like a super strong type system. It's fun because it's Rust, so that's just a personal preference type thing, and other stuff. And let's see. Anything else? I don't really think so. So, are there any disadvantages compared to that? Because I like type system and Rust too. So the main disadvantages right now is that it's early. So if you're writing with 0.19, which I am, you get a lot of really cool things, but there's some stuff which doesn't just not really there yet, and that is coming up in next. So server-side rendering is painful but possible, and it's going to get a lot better soon. So very similar to like what happened in React, where it was painful but possible, and then became better because like they updated the libraries. We're going to get that too. Let's see, other things. The styling part of it is sort of like a little bit wonky right now, but works and is good. They're in a strange transition phase as well. Yes, true. And let's see, what else is there? Oh, tooling. So dev tooling almost is non-existent. So you'll notice in my, let's go find, no, that's a Cypress test. Here, in these. I get no help with my CSS inside of Rust, and I get no help with my HTML in Rust. So the VS Code, like there are no extensions that sort of help with me. So I don't get Emmet, I don't get any of this other stuff. It just is like, I have to know what it is and then write it out manually correctly the first time. I could write this in a different file and bring it in, but this way I can like use code to inject the appropriate things, and I just don't want to do that at compile time, and just like write in sort of function to do that manually. Have I ever used Axum? If so, how is it? I have used Axum, and when I eventually need a backend for this this platform, Axum is going to be what it's going to be. Axum is, I'm going to choose Axum. That's the better, more appropriate way of putting it. What about multi-threading? Do they use Rust multi-threading, or is it just not possible because of how browsers work? Yeah, so it's really important to remember where this code is going to run. It's going to run in a browser, and JavaScript is not multi-threaded. So if you want multi-threads, you have to use workers. And it is possible to use workers using something called agents here in Vue, which are getting much better in the next version of Vue. But so the answer is it's complicated. You can't really do multi-threading because it's still just running in a browser, but you can use workers to sort of get around that. So I hope that helps. And so, yeah, a lot of the things that you would normally be able to do, like multi-threading, you just can't do because you're not running this in Rust. It's executing in JavaScript and WebAssembly. All right, I've hung out. It's been great hanging out with all of you, and I love doing this. But it is 8:23, and I have a meeting in 7 minutes with my team that I'm leading. So I have to do an emergency stream shutdown to go prepare and get ready for that. So everybody, once again, thank you so much. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Mountain Time to continue on with this. We're moving on to Auth, unless something weird happens with my deployment, in which case we'll just fix this. So have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye.